Yes, students, today we'll start with our new topic, that is adulteration of crude drugs and its evaluation. Now, adulteration. What do you mean by adulteration? Adulteration is basically a practice of substituting the original crude drug with either partially or fully with the other substances. Now, these substances are either free from or inferior to the quality, specifically in therapeutic as well as the chemical properties. Okay, when we substitute our original drug with another substance, either partially or fully, with another substance which is either devoid of any activity or it's having a low activity or inferior activity, then it is called as adulteration. Now, why it is done? Adulteration is done basically to enhance the profit of a person. When we substitute original drug with inferior quality drug, or say a drug with having no activity as such, it is basically for enhancing the profit. Then also it is used in case of scarcity of crude drug. Crude drug is not available in the required amount, therefore it can be partially or wholly substituted with the inferior quality of drug. And last is for costly drugs. Okay, costly drug also is mostly adulterated. Okay, in order to earn more and more profits. Now, this adulteration involves different conditions like deterioration, admixture, sophistication, substitution, inferiority, and spoilage. Now, what do you mean by deterioration? Deterioration is impairment in the quality of the drug. The drug has degraded or degraded in the quality. Okay, that is called deterioration. Admixture is basically adding of one article with another due to ignorance, carelessness, or by accident. When we not intentionally but unintentionally add the substance, like with the ignorance, carelessness, or by accident, that is with we substitute one thing with another, either partially or fully, then it is called admixture. Sophistication means Sophistication means intentional or deliberate type of adulteration. Substitution. It occurs when totally different substances is added in place of original drug. It's not a partial, rather it is complete addition of another substance instead of original drug. Inferiority refers to any substandard drug. When we add any other drug which is having less quality with the drug which has been substituted. Last is spoilage. Spoilage is deterioration due to attack of microorganism. When the microorganism attack of a drug, it may deteriorate. Okay, this is due to spoilage. So basically, it can take place by two ways: direct or intentional adulteration. When it is done knowing the facts that we are actually adulterating, then it is indirect or unintentional. Like we had talked earlier about the admixture, that was a indirect unintentional adulteration. Now, what is indirect or unintentional adulteration? Unintentional, as I talk, that there is no bad intention of manufacturer or supplier. Sometimes because of absence in the mean of evaluation of authentic drug, partially or fully devoid of active ingredient may enter into the market. There are various factors like geographical source, growing condition, processing, and storage, which ultimately affects the quality of drug. Then is direct or intentional adulteration. It is done with a bad intention by manufacturer or supplier. Uh, we substitute partially or fully our substance with say with a morphologically resembled another drug that in by which we have adulterated that may not having or may having very less therapeutic potential. Substitution by exhausted drug which have already devoid of active ingredient. It was earlier original drug but has been extracted with all the ingredients. It's not exhausted. They are sometimes added like tea, the commonly used tea in household. Tea once used for uh, making a cup of tea. Now the exhausted part of may be added into the original drug or original tea packet. That is a substitution. Now, types of adulteration. Generally, drugs are adulterated by substitution with substandard commercial variety, inferior drug, or artificially manufactured commodities. The following types of adulteration are common: substitution with substandard commercial variety, substitution with superficially similar inferior drug, or substitution with artificially manufactured substance. Substitution with exhausted drugs, use of synthetic chemicals, harmful adulterant, adulteration of powder, presence of vegetative matter from the same plant. Like if leaves are used, we are also adding the stem, bark, etc. Now coming to the substitution with substandard commercial variety. Now see, here adulterant is basically resembling the original drug in morphologically, chemical or therapeutic characteristics, but are substandard in nature. Hence, it is cheaper of cost. So, it is a common practice of adulteration. Like instead of capsicum annum, we are using capsicum minimum. Instead of Arabian senna, we are using Indian senna. Now, both are senna plant but of different varieties. Arabian senna is having more value, it's costly. Indian senna is cheaper. So we are adulterating it with it. Medicinal ginger is adulterated with the varieties of African, Japanese, or Cochin, Cochin, sorry, ginger. Then substitution with superficially similar inferior drug. Now these inferior drug may or may not having any chemical or therapeutic value of that of the original drug. But because they are morphologically resemblance to the drug, they are used as adulterants. Like belladonna leaves are substituted with ailanthus leaf. Beeswax is substituted with Japan wax. So these are the examples. Substitution with artificially manufactured substance. Now this is very dangerous. The substances which are artificially manufactured, they actually resemble the original drug. So they can be used as adulterant. This generally for costly drugs. Like we use yellow color paraffin wax for beeswax. Compressed chicory in place of coffee. Then substitution with exhausted drug. Same drug admixed but devoid with any medicinal active constituent as they have already extracted out. We are using the same thing, but it is now devoid because already we have extracted the active constituent. Now, if it is used either in fully or in partially for substitution, they will have very less. This whole mixture will have very less or say no use. Like common practice is like for fennel, clove, after taking out volatile oil, we are mixing with the, the fennel which is not been uh, extracted with volatile oil. Okay, we are substituting the color and taste by adding certain additives. This is very much problem. Like you use exhausted gelatin, uh, made bitter with aloes, artificial coloring of exhausted saffron, use of synthetic chemicals like these chemicals they resemble the original drug, therefore they are substituted like addition of benzyl benzoate to balsam of Peru, citrals to citrus oil like oil of lemon and orange oil, presence of vegetative matter from the same plant. Instead of the main thing which is having the action, we are using some other parts of the same plant. Like we are mixing the stem part with the leaves, especially of the leaves of senna are used. With the stem, with the leaves, we are adding bark or stem. Sometimes harmful adulterants are also added. This is very dangerous. Okay, like pieces of amber color glass in colophony is added. Limestones are added in asafoetida, the commonly used hing. Lead shots are added in opium. Rodent fecal matter is added in cardamom seeds. It look like no fecal matter is very harmful. It led to so much problems. Still, people make profit by adding these things. Adulteration of powders. Powder drugs are mostly adulterated. Like dextrine is added in the epiquana. Dextrine look like epiquana. No? Exhausted ginger powder is in powder ginger. These are the problems. Then comes evaluation of crude drugs. Now, in order to check the adulteration, there are various ways to evaluate whether the product what we are having is confirmed with the its identity and it's having determined it's having the required quality. So we need to detect the adulterants. Now, various types of evaluation is there. First is organoleptic evaluation, then is microscopic evaluation, then is physical evaluation, then is chemical evaluation, and last is biological evaluation. Firstly, we'll discuss this organoleptic evaluation. It means evaluation of drug by the organ of sense, like we are seeing the matter by checking with eye or by touching with sorry by tasting it or by uh, smelling it. We are able to detect the adulteration. Here we detect the color, order, taste, size, shape of the powder. Then comes the microscopic evaluation. It involves detailed examination of the drug and it can be used to identify the organized drug by their histological factors. By checking the cell arrangement of the cells, tissue with the use of microscope, we can detect whether there is any adulterant present or not. Mostly they use for qualitative evaluation of organized crude drugs. The drug must be organized. It must have cells. It should not be of unorganized drug. We can't detect it for gums. Okay. So Qualitative microscopy we can be carried out like we are detecting cellular tissues, we are detecting trichomes. We'll discuss this in detail later on. Stomata, starch granules, calcium oxalate crystals, etc. Alluron grains. These are important parameters which help in identification of certain crude drugs. Then quantitative microscopy is also there. Here we carry out study of stomatal number, stomatal index, palisade ratio, mean islet number, size of starch grain, length of the fiber. This is very important. Now let us start with qualitative microscopy. Now there are various. Firstly, we'll carry out stomata, stomata number, determination of types of stomata. Now, what is stomata? Stomata is basically they are present on the epidermal, okay, especially of the leaves. Now, stomata is a central pore which is guarded by guard cells. There are two, mostly it is covered by the guard cells. This central pore is there which is covered by the guard cells. Now, this central pore help in the exchange of gases. Okay, and these guard cells are further surrounded by the subsidiary cells. Okay, now the arrangement of these guard cells, these subsidiary cells, this is called as stomatal arrangement. So how this stomata is oriented and how these subsidiary cells are oriented along with the main stomata, this will be uh, this will be determined. This is called as stomatal arrangement. As you can see here, these are the stomatas like A, B, C. In A is a nomocytic arrangement. Here, stomata is surrounded with the unmodified epidermis cells. You can say this is central pore having this guard cell. After this guard cell, number of subsidiary cells are there, but these subsidiary cells are not uniform. These types of stomata occur in digitalis, buccu, beerberry. Then this anisocytic type of arrangement. In anisocytic type of arrangement, basically each stomata, if you see it, each stomata is surrounded by 3 to 4 subsidiary cells, and one of which is smaller than the other. This unequal cells and this cruciferous type of arrangement is called as anisocytic. This type of arrangement you will see in belladonna. Now, if you are adding a adulterant having not this type of arrangement, you can easily work out that there is presence of adulterant because the belladonna have anisocytic type of arrangement of stomata. Then this parasitic. In parasitic, what is there? The two subsidiary cells, which are basically surrounding the guard cell, they are parallel to the pore. If you see it here, na, these cells are parallel to the pore. This is called parasitic. This is also called a rubiceous type of stomatal arrangement. This type of arrangement occurs in senna plant, cocoa plant. Now is diacetic. This D. In diacetic, basically, stomata is surrounded by two subsidiary cells with long axis at right angle to the pore. The long axis is right angle to the pore. This is for diacetic type of arrangement. This type of arrangement occur in plant like tulsi, pudina, mentha. Then this actinocytic type of arrangement. In this, the stoma is surrounded with the epidermal cells which are uniformly arranged along the radii of the circle. You can see this. The cells are very arranged like in the form of circle. This type of arrangement occur in various types of plant like Lania. Then this cyclocytic. Here the subsidiary cells are arranged in the form of entire circle. Okay, and these subsidiary cells, there are different layers of the cells. They form a circle. One layer is surrounded by another. That is called a cyclocytic type of cell. Then is trichomes. Trichomes basically they are present on the surface of the plant, especially on the epidermal layer. These are also called a plant hair. They are tubular or granular type of outgrowth of the epidermis. It consists of two parts. One is root and the other is body. Trichomes uh, they are present on various leaves like senna. They are maybe present on the seed also, like in Nux vomica seed. Then they may be present on the fruits like ladyfinger. So small epidermal growth. Now, what is the purpose of this? These trichomes are meant for secretion. Like in ladyfinger, no? You see there is secretion on the outer surface. This is from the trichome and also help in absorption. Now these trichomes are of different types. Like one is called covering trichomes or granular trichomes that is gland which are covered. Now these trichomes can be unicellular trichomes having single cells. They are present in Nux vomica cannabis. Then they can be uniserrate multicellular unbranched trichomes that is present in Datura. Then biserrate multicellular unbranched trichome that is present in Calendula. Then multiserrate multicellular unbranched trichome that is present in male fern. So these are the examples of various varieties of trichome. Then comes another type of trichome. They are also basically this type of granular. It's not written here. It's these trichomes are non-covering. These are granular, but this is non-covered. Otherwise covered. They can be unicellular, having single cell, like in Vasaka. Then it could be multicellular, that is present in Digitalis. Then is Heidenthod trichomes. These Heidenthod trichomes, they are special trichomes which are involved in secretion or absorption of water in certain plants, like in Piper, beetle, London pride. These types of trichomes are present. This is all for today. Next, the later topic we'll cover in next lecture. Thank you.